able to say it, and I'm just gonna go with it. In order to have discipline and to do something over and over again, regardless of how motivated you may be, it requires momentum, and it requires momentum even when you have bad days or bad moments or challenging times. I'm an open book and I don't reach the beat, but the whole goal of this little thing is to be authentic and accountable about the shit that may not be so shiny and full of luster. That being said, I feel like it was relevant to find a way to share on it because I think it's a necessary aspect that is required when you shift from being a hobbyist to being professional, because you have to let go of habits that may have been beneficial to you at a time, but you need to find new habits now for your new goals. There's a lot of quote that say something like, if you want something you never had, you're gonna have to do something you never done. And I agree with that by logic, but it also means that I have to let go of habits that may have been useful or constructive for me in the past that no longer are today. Yesterday, I'd say that it became very uncomfortable, very uncomfortable for me to just be, because it became very real that nobody cares about what's important to you except you. Therefore, if you don't do your shit, the only person that truly is impacted is your life and yourself and the people directly affected, like directly around you, of course, but in so many ways, your action or non-action affects a lot of other people that you're not even aware of. For years, I used that coping mechanism of self-medication as a way to deal with my life. I did not feel like I could talk about my situation with people because it was too much. Whenever I did talk about it, they were like, well, you have a challenging life. That sucks. Or they would see me with pity or something. So I just shut down. I was like, let me not talk about this. The shit about, oh, they're strong black women. Let people imagine whatever the fuck they want to imagine, because it's not my job to explain my life to them, like it's not their job to explain their life to me. No one is responsible for me but me. Therefore, I'm gonna just take care of me, and this is what I know how to do to take care of me. I'm really sad, I'm really affected, I'm really just conflicted by whatever is happening, and I don't want to bother people over the phone. Let me just go for a walk, have some puffs, breathe, relax, meditate, rest. And tomorrow I'll be able, or later on today, I'll be able to deal with this. It's just unhealthy and it's counterproductive. It's this whole habit of like, oh, let me go under the couch and wait for the storm to pass. It's childish. We are grown. So if there's a storm and there's water coming down the roof, the habit that you should have is not to hide in your closet for the storm to pass, is to get up of your couch and take some buckets and bowls of stuff where the leaks are, and when the freaking shit is over, then you figure out, okay, what type of repairs do we need to do so that we don't have leaks in our roof. In order for discipline to stay with momentum, You need that when you have challenges or difficult times. You're not just going backwards to habits you used to do that were constructive or useful for you back in the day, because they were useful to you back in the day for a list of good reasons. You're not that person anymore. You became you evolved into a new version of yourself. Your life is where it is today because of all this other shit that happened before. I definitely recommend you listening to her. She's a 5 times New York bestselling author. She's a renowned speaker. I even myself want to get more into her literature and her other videos she has, but I've definitely gained a lot from listening to her. I wanted to go for a walk today, and there is sun outside, like, but I have to leave now if I want to go. And I never talk about my usage, first of all because people assume I don't smoke, and I'm like, they don't need to know what I do. I don't think it means I'm never gonna smoke again because I like shisha. I think it just means talking about it today makes it real, and maybe not celebrating every week or every day or every weekend, but sporadically, and so that it becomes or even that it's a new kind of celebration altogether that is healthy and constructive and positive.